Hello, this is Keeping It Real with Genevieve Amasewa, brought to you by ABL TV 247. This is a continuation of Galamsey. Really, Galamsey means illegal mining, gold mining especially in Ghana. Galamsey is the local name that has been given. Galamsey is a passion of mine. Why? It is destroying the environment, the ecological system in Ghana. And we all know how special Ghana is. Ghana is not only for us that were born in Ghana, but it's also for our brothers and sisters that left Ghana, and we know historically some 400 years ago. They want to return to Ghana in a safe environment. They want to return to do what they need to do, set up homes, set up businesses, become farmers, whatever it is that they want to do. So Ghana is not just for us, it's not just for the leaders. The reason why Galamsey, illegal gold mining, is so important to me is Africa, and Ghana being one of them, we were once upon a time #1 in distributing cocoa. And now the environment is being destroyed, where the grounds are now being chemically destroyed. Now let me do a quote. Today's title is called Chemical Warfare, coined by Honorable Dr. Ajaman Rawlings. And she is the daughter of Jerry Rawlings, our ex-president, and may he rest in peace. And I'm going to quote what she says. She said, "I am haunted by the horrible images of the destruction to our water bodies and forests of Galamsey. What we are seeing is the tip of the iceberg." She goes on to say that if we don't do anything about it, when somebody says the tip of the iceberg, that means this is like the beginning. Can you imagine what is being destroyed already? It's now, what is being destroyed already is going to be worse if we don't do anything about it. And I'm reading off my notes here because I'm quoting people. She then pointed out to say that the failure of the state to take decisive decision is because of corruption. That's one thing I hate. We should not be suffering. If our brothers and sisters, there are Africans working in Europe or living in European countries, in America, in the diaspora, why do we need to do that? If it's a choice, fair enough. But majority of the people, it's not a choice. Why? Because the African country, or shall I say Ghana that we live in, we have corrupted leaders. It's so embarrassing. We have our brothers and sisters that were taken away 400 years ago. They want to go to Ghana and there's no space or there's no incentive to go back. And these people can go back to where they originally belong and develop their original African country. Are they able to do that now? No. I think for me, what really upsets me, and this is called Keeping It Real show, what you're seeing is what you see. I'm keeping it real. I'm not going to hide what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. In my opinion, it's so embarrassing. The reason why Africans are not respected, African Americans, African Caribbeans, if I'm just going to say Africans, black people, we are the descendant of the African race. In fact, when you look at it historically, even white people are the descendant of Africa. So I'm not even surprised that we're going through the trauma that we go through. When a president is corrupted, when leaders are corrupted, we face the trauma of it abroad. Wherever we go, there's trauma. If our continent is doing well, why do we need to travel abroad? Why do we need to go somewhere else to make a living? We have leaders that are corrupted, that do not want to do anything about it. Why? Because they're behind it. And another thing that is so laughable, I read in the news. Are you ready to hear this? Government deploys river guards, navy to fight Galamsey, says the lands minister. I am laughing. Ha, 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 ha. They've been in power for 8 years. So now they're deploying river guards to fight Galamsey, when most of them are part of it. I'm going to be doing lots and lots of parts about this Galamsey situation. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it is that the resources in Africa, the rivers are being destroyed, the waters are being destroyed. And like the Honourable Ajima Rollins says, it's a chemical warfare. It's the chemicals that are being used. And the strange thing is, the chemicals that were being used were brought in by foreigners. Chinese were brought in to do some Galamsey. Some of them might have been legal, but a lot of them were illegal. And when this was brought to the Chinese ambassador in Ghana, he said, if Chinese people are doing illegal mining, gold mining in Ghana, who shows them the land? And when I read that, I had to stop my argument, and I thought, this ambassador is right. How would a Chinese or a foreigner know where the gold is if the local indigenous people are not showing them? If you care about your country, you will not allow foreigners to come in there, mine for gold, and guess what? The gold does not even stay in Ghana. They take it to their own country. I will keep on harping on about this. You're not a leader if you're not bringing happiness, you're not bringing joy, you're not bringing prosperity, you're not bringing jobs, you're not protecting the environment. You're not a leader if you're not doing any of these things. You are a corrupted leader if you're just thinking about your friends, your family, and bringing in foreigners to destroy our land. We have already been persecuted enough. And what is most upsetting, and I'm probably repeating myself from part 1, is that we have leaders that are, in my opinion, this is my opinion and analysis, that I feel that they're probably worse than the colonizers that came into Africa, carved up Africa, and stole from us to develop their countries. Our leaders are doing the same. Many people are having diseases and sicknesses from drinking those waters. I end here. There's going to be part 3. And part 3 is, who is to blame? This is Genevieve Amma, Keeping the Real Show, brought to you by ABL 247.